Okay, guys, so we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Master this evening. Tonight, we're carrying on with our ongoing campaign playing Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition, playing through Carl Sargent's classic Night Below campaign. And with me tonight are the stars of the Night Below campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Look at that, nice. This is brand new... old player's handbook. Tonight are the stars of the Night Below campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what level are you currently? First up is Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and I am playing Calidor, the Elven Fighter Thief, who has reached 6th level.
Hi, in both of his professions?
Yes.
Not bad. Next up is the man himself, Jeffrey. No, it's Jason Hobbs.
What? I'm confused. Hey everyone, I am Jason Hobbs, and I am playing Elanion, Elandin, and Savage Elf, Elementalist of the 5th Power.
Nice. And we'll say a big howdy to everyone joining us from Mr. Hobbs' Gamerhood as well, too. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
I was about to name drop.
Next up is John.
Hey everyone, I'm John. I am playing Dorman Kettleborn. He is the lovable gnome cook that occasionally catches his friends in his spells, but no longer. He is a level 6 thief, which is smuggler archetype, and a level 5 illusionist.
Very nice. And last but certainly not least is Will.
Hi, I'm Will. I'm playing Chell Poldorlin. He is a specialty priest of Coralon and currently 5th level.
Very nice. So guys, last session was a lot of... it was a little rough on my throat because there was a lot of chat with with some stone giants. What happened last time, guys?
We got a lot of narrative dropped on us for the backstory of the giants, where they came from, what lies deep below in the depths. I recall us learning about ways that were sealed behind them to keep things in the dark.
Yep.
Awesome narration by Kevin there. I was making lots of notes about it in chat. We learned about Malfectionicor, is that his name?
Yes.
Or was the other one?
Malfectionicor is the there's two giants that are involved. There's Malfectionicor, who is his
That's not right. That's the demon. Malfectionicor was the demon.
That's right.
The devil. Malfectionicor is the sorcerer outcast.
No, that's who Malfectionicor was the guy that we freed or killed already.
No, you didn't killed.
I think I gave you the wrong name though.
Yeah, Malfectionicor is the dog.
Yeah, you're thinking. Oh, Muckmurian.
Muckmurian, that's the one.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
2 XP for Hobbs.
Well, that just goes to show you it was an epic fight that got stuck in my head.
Yeah, Muckmurian was the sorceress outcast from the tribe, and then there was Uratosh, who was the son. But you guys made some friends as well too. Let's see here. You did meet the stone giant named Isfig, who looked a lot like that. You also met the chieftain of the tribe, King Galenmir. And you met Canna the Wise.
Wise and grumpy.
She hated us.
Did not care for dwarves, no.
Really, any of us.
It was more directed towards the dwarves.
Yeah, she didn't notice me.
Pretty much you.
Yeah.
Gnomes don't like giants either, but, you know.
So what did you guys learn about this stuff? From having spoken to them, what was the... because as a refresher, what was the reason for venturing into the Half-Cut Hills in the first place?
We were looking to get their help in repairing Palfrey's Keep and the stoneworks, and we found out that the tool that the giants needed for that was stolen by the 2 rebels there, and I think we need to go and rescue that and put them down, or save them if we can.
Do you remember what it was that was stolen?
It's their rock.
The binding rock?
Yes.
Binding stone. Yes.
Binding stone, okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
stone.
What else did you learn? You also learned that... you learned about where these stone giants had lived previously as well, too. Their ancestors, where they went. Did you recall where that was?
Was it the place in the woods?
It was a little further on the Z-axis.
Down below?
Oh,
the Stricken Mire.
No, the Z-axis. They went down. Remember that the stone giants, when they were first finding a place...
I get XYZ.
Yeah, they went underground, but they didn't stay there. Do you remember why they didn't stay there?
It's there's a lot of
the evil shit was.
Yeah, the exposition of Kalidor's dream and the mind delve into it.
Yes. Yeah.
I want to say abolets, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, well, you guys would have no frame of reference for what those things are. That aboleths are not even something that you would like. That would be rumors around. It's such a rarely encountered creature. You guys would have no earthly idea what those things would be. Your players would know, but the characters, no.
They were the servants, though, of the... didn't we determine that it was the servants, the elemental eye or whatever?
Canna had an opinion on that. Do you remember what that was?
No, I don't.
Any of the rest of you guys?
No.
Canna said something to the effect that it would... that if it was as the church elders suspected... and that they're sacrificing names, the number of souls that would need to be sacrificed to disrupt the bindings placed by a god would be in the millions, if not billions. So she did not seem to place a lot of stock in that theory.
Okay.
You also learned a little bit about the family dynamics in here, learning of... King Galanmir's son, Uratash, who they seem to think was corrupted by the devil Mokmurian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not much fans of arcane magic here.
Not when it comes from stone giants, no.
Yeah.
Definitely not. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, you also learned about something that their ancestors left behind them when they returned to the surface.
Left behind underground?
Do you remember anything about the seals that were left behind?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure.
Remember something about 3 miles down.
Yes. That there were a series, in the region, there are a series of ancient fortresses that were secured with some kind of seal down into the Underdark, which would prevent their enemies, their ancient enemies, the cold ones, from following them. The thought was, though, that the devil Mokmurian may be intent on shattering those with the binding stone. So, you guys had offered to try and, or agreed to try and track down the Mokmurian Uratash and try and recover the what do you call it? The binding stone. Yeah. And last time we ended with some talk about how you guys might be able to go about that. What they're able to tell you is where the nearest seat of the seal is. There are a series of them in the Half-Cut Hills. You may remember as well that Canna said that it wasn't... They're not quite sure how to use... she doesn't admit this, but what you get from her is that the binding stone is kept as kind of more of a treasured relic, more so than it is an actual tool they use, because the power behind this thing is both so phenomenal that they don't want to dabble with it, and it's also something that's so ancient that over the passing millennia, they have forgotten really how to make use of it properly. What's this? Someone's skipping their run group. Love it.
Maybe he ran his happy little butt off to get here quicker.
That's awesome. Oh, we get Druin up here. Look at this.
Either that or he clicked on it accidentally.
Unless Dave joined us from his run.
That's some dedication right there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see, we got Dave in chat. Oh, we do not. Post again. Oh, shit. Oh. Dave, what's shaking?
Miracles. Miracles are shaking.
Nice. Okay, so there we go. We got Dave. So we were just, Dave, we're bringing ourselves up to speed as to what happened last session, and talking about what you guys are going to do next. So, Dave, first off, for everyone listening at home, welcome, Dave. Who plays Druin? Druin Axebrother.
Druin Axebrother, the fighter, level 5 fighter cleric or fighter specialty priest of Elandin. And I'm going to kill my camera while I scarf back a tray of sushi.
You got it. So, guys, he's giving you so they have given you the location of one of these, but the reason they want you to do it is because they're going to be too obvious. They will be spotted. You know, they think you guys are so subtle and so small that you are more likely to be able to sneak up on them and take it. They have warned you that though MacLeod is tiny as far as to their eyes, he is quite powerful. So and of course Uratosh is a warrior of Galanmir's clan. So how do you guys think you're going to track these guys down then? What's the approach here, and how do you want to you know that he's got that MacLeod's got ogre followers.
Yeah.
We talked last time about some spells that you might be able to make use of. What are you guys thinking?
Let's take a look.
Well, I mean, their path, we've already found their trail once, and they seem to be all over the place. I wasn't here last session for the, spell talk, but.
Yep. The trouble is the. I guess the concern is that the members of Galanmir's clan, particularly the Wise, they do not think you could take them directly. They're fairly confident that you would get squished. They're appreciative of the help that you offered to Isvig, and they appreciate you standing watch with his fallen comrades, but they are concerned that you would get killed by a fair fight with the stone giants. So what are you guys thinking? You know that where they suspect they'll find them is going to one of these seats of the seal, these old ancient fortresses, to try and break them down. There is one nearby, and there's others that you could there's probably about 5 others in the immediate region. What are you guys thinking?
Well, I think it might be smartest to just head to the nearest one, because, I mean, wouldn't that be what they did? Just a guess. I mean, if his goal is to open these things, wouldn't you just go to your target?
Yeah, unless you had other information or something.
Right, which we don't currently have.
Correct. I'm with you.
But at least there we might be able to learn something if we don't find them.
Yeah.
You can feel free to. You guys are in camp with the with Galanmir's tribe for the evening anyway. So if you have any other questions of them, you can feel free to ask me. Otherwise, what do we do?
You ready for that? You got your voice.
Oh yeah. I got my cup of coffee. I got an extra glass of water. Yeah, I'm good to go.
Good.
I mean, I don't know. I don't Calidor can't think of any specific questions that he has, unless you guys think of something. I don't know. I think we asked a lot of them last time.
Yeah,
Yep.
there was a lot of information last time, and I missed part of it.
We could ask if we were able to recover the binding stone, if it's dangerous to hold on to.
No, they say it'll be heavy, but it's not dangerous to you. So long as you don't try and make use of it, I suppose.
Now I want to know.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
So
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask.
The only controlling factor is that Dorman can't even move the thing. It's so big.
I'm strong.
I am the master of my domain, as long as
And
it's
I have
around this
range
giant
spell.
rock.
King of my castle.
I could have up to, what, 1810 strength, I think? If I play my cards right?
Yeah.
You can't get 1810. You're not a fighter.
Oh, that's right. Well, 18. Close
Yeah.
enough.
So apart from Dorman's potential larceny, any other plans?
I'm not going to steal it. What? I'm a thief in class title only, sir.
Oh my goodness.
Sure. Anyone else have any other thoughts for how to approach this?
I'm not sure Giant's going to be that hard to track, right? I mean, but
I honestly don't remember the spells we discussed, but I know Calidor's obviously no help there. I can't remember. I think we talked about some divining magic, but I don't know if we actually had any.
I know we talked about dispelling magic. I remember that.
Yeah.
Let me get over here to my.
Well, I thought you mentioned some of the spells you had. Or
Yeah, I was telling Knox, because Knox was like, "Hey, I've got the ability to do dispel magic, which I do as well now that I'm 5th level. Because dispel magic's a 3rd level priest spell.
Well, I think
I don't
Druin's
know
got.
about his divination. I do have some divination of it. I'm trying to remember. I think I may have major access to divination.
Yeah. Well, I think you got Speak with Dead is one of the ones that we talked about last time.
Knox is an invoker, so I don't think so. I think the only diviner he has is like identifier, read magic, or something.
Yeah, I've got major access to divination.
Okay.
Let me get over here and look at the spell list.
I
Or at
pulled
least
my
one.
copy of Demi-Human Deities out just for this.
I love that book.
Divination.
Agreed.
I would like to point out my frustration with finding no gnome specialty priest that allows you to multi-class.
What you should definitely do is put those
Take it up with
complaints in a
Hijack.
letter, address it to TSR in Lake Wisconsin, and with the U.S. Postal Service being the way it is right now, about 2 years from now, you'll have that returned. So,
It's better if you deliver it in person, Dorman. You just go and talk to this lady. What was her name? Helen Waite. Go to Helen Waite, and you'll be able to get a really quick response.
Let's see. I think that's actually necromancy.
Coralon,
Speaking with dead.
Yeah, Dorman.
no, it's I think it is a necromancy spell,
necromantic
but the
spell, but I've
sphere
got-
is divine, or is a divination.
I've got major access to both divination and necromancy. So I'm
There you
good.
go. Pretty good. So, anything else you guys are thinking? You can hear the, what do you call it? The bears of the Gallenmere's clan are a little restless. And if you think that they sound like dogs, I would suggest you adjust your headsets.
I've been playing this campaign so long, everything's starting to sound like dogs.
We had someone comment on the last Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea session 2, where they heard, because Anna came up and was kind of growling and biting my hand, and they were like,
Yep.
we were trying to figure out how you were both doing the sound and being, making and talking at the same time before I realized it was Anna making that sound.
Yep.
Kev's growling and talking at the same time. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys have, if you don't have any other questions for Gallenmere's clan, then we'll talk about what you're prepping in the morning.
Mm.
and where you intend on going.
They can point us in the right direction, right?
They can tell you the nearest seal. The nearest seat of the seal is going to be about a day's travel away for you. And it's well hidden. It's in sort of like very similar to this valley. There's a kind of a bit of a Badlands region, and then once you navigate through there, you'll come to a place, and you will not mistake it whatsoever. No giant has been there though in millennia. So,
how far travel?
About a day's travel is the closest, but then there are others that are near there. They'll give you the location of one or two others. You get the sense that there are more, but they have kind of lost track of where they are. Yeah.
Right, they sort of know where the nearest ones are, and after that...
Yes. Okay. Though there is supposed to be like a way of tracking where the others are. You may remember that they spoke about Minderhall, their god, the stone giant god. There are temples to Minderhall. Minderhall's divine power is what was behind the seals.
And I'm not allowed to smash anything.
They would.
These seem to be pretty goodly-ish giants.
Yeah.
We're helping.
Yeah, I mean you know that King Galanmir turned down or refused to participate in the giant army that raided Threshold 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, gives them some points, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So, then overnight, you guys will each recover 3 hit points. So those of you who are injured, you can get some hit points back. When morning comes, those of you who are preparing spells in the morning, go ahead and make your decision as to what you're going to prepare. Mm-hmm. And then, are you heading directly to the location of the first seat?
Jail. I'm gonna take prayer, so you don't need to take bless if that matters.
Yeah, I've pretty much given up on bless. I've got access to prayer as well. If you would rather me not take prayer and instead take, say, speak with dead,
sure,
I can do that.
I'll take prayer. You can take speak with dead.
All right. That on there.
Just don't take animate dead.
Oh, come on.
That's my job.
That's very, very much anti what Chase.
Yeah, I was about to say, Dorman would be morally obligated to kill you.
Yeah, Chase is an elven.
What is your deal, man?
To kill Chael or to kill the undead? I might take offense if you kill Chael.
Dorman is the complete grab bag of complete unrelated ethos.
Oh
no,
my goodness.
He doesn't like necromancy. It's
if you eat cheese on a Thursday, I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, look, I've known you for a long time, but if you talk about that vegan stuff one more time, that's it, you're dead.
Don't be so fanatical, man. He does have issues with people capturing souls of the dead.
I know, I'm just giving you a hard time.
Right,
everybody else gives you a hard time. It's my turn.
All right, so then, guys, has everyone got their spells prepped?
Yeah, I think I'm good. Let me look.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I think I'm good.
Anyone cast any spells at the outset of the day?
Well, Dorman was gonna cast Strength on Calidor, but not anymore.
I would totally cast it on you.
Yeah, because you guys are getting to the level right now where a lot of these spells will actually last for the duration of most of the day. So
yeah, well, this one only lasts 4 hours, so I'm not expecting.
Yeah, we should probably wait until we're closer to something.
Jesus Christ, Hobbs, you just got a bag of cats there, or what?
She was just like clawing at my monitor, like at my face on the monitor. I don't know what she was doing. She's just like,
oh, jeez. All right. So then, guys, we will have you set out on the out into the Half-Cut Hills again. As a refresher too, the Half-Cut Hills have that their name because of the really unusual flat on one side and then curved on the other, as if someone had taken a massive blade and cleaved the top, or the side at least, of these things off. And I suppose not someone. Clangadin Silverbeard, the father of battle, clove it with his axe. Yes. Now, having heard the story of what's it, Minderhall, what do you make of that? Like, does it change the way you look at these hills now, Druin?
Nah, he was.
Yeah, well, I think that's what they said.
The giant was hiding in the hills because he was too scared to come out and fight. I mean.
Excellent. Okay, let me check here. Awesome. Okay, got it. I want to make sure I've got the right stats for the...
Knox get lost in the woods? What the hell? He was supposed to be here.
Oh, George said he was going to be here halfway through, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's coming. Okay, so then, guys, you set out, and as soon as you are like maybe 10 minutes away from the Deadwind Cliff. What is it called again? What is it here? Deadstone Cliff.
Let me check my notes.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of pretend land I'm keeping my head right now. So,
oh, I hear you.
So as soon as you get for 10 minutes away from it, it's impossible to see it. Like, you realize that unless you were standing directly near it, the nature of the geographic features are such that you'd probably miss it. And you start heading south. So not directly south; it's southeast. And the going is quite rough from very early. The hills here, the Patchwork Hills, were not easy going for you guys, for the amount of trips you made out and through them because of the thick heather that's there. These seem more rugged, more lots of like loose shale, lots of difficult loose footing underneath. So it just becomes an exhausting course of having to double back or having to climb up a lot of cliffs and down. I know all of you guys have quite high constitutions and strengths and such, so it's not to the point where you're getting any kind of mechanical penalty, but it is tough going. And much to your DM's chagrin, the travel is uneventful as well too. So there's unfortunately no sign that you find of any of the give me a D20 roll too, please. And Weatherman, Dave, I need your customary 3 percentile rolls, please.
3 percentile rolls. That sounds like the weather.
Weather time.
Let's see.
June kicks a rock. He's like, "We've come this far. We haven't fought any trolls or ogres. What the hell?"
Shut up.
Is there?
Shut up.
All right. So then there's no precipitation today.
It's not raining.
And the wind is almost negligible. And there are only light clouds in the sky. So you guys are actually having a pretty nice day's journey today. And then the D20, I need a D20 roll from somebody, please.
I'll do it.
Go.
Maybe. Roll D20.
Nat 20.
That's either really good or really bad.
Yeah, that is. So
really good.
What you find is, as it's getting to about, you're taking, let's say, your second rest after lunch. You're just catching your breath. Everyone's put the pack down, and I think that let's see, Elanion and Dorman, both of you have tracking, right? Or does someone... Keldor, do you have tracking as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Each of you guys give me a tracking roll. See who rolls Price is Right style. Whoever's highest, but not over.
Yeah.
Without going over.
Yeah.
Pretty good, Dorman.
Unless there's any things being adjusted to it.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as it's not an adjustment, exactly.
Oh,
Just
oof,
over.
oof. Okay, so Dorman
I did
rolled
one
best.
too much.
What you guys see, what you see, Dorman, is as everyone's taking their break, you sort of, go trotting over to the side to maybe just get a look and see how much further you guys are going to have to go. And what you find, basically, as soon as you go over this little prominence, is you can see a pretty clear trail of it's at least, with a roll that good, I think I'll say that you are able to pick out that there are the tracks of at least 2 different giants, one of which is slightly smaller, the footprints are smaller than the other, and it's walking apart from it. It looks like there's about maybe 8 to 10 Smilodons, and a group of maybe 15 ogres.
Holy hell.
So there's a whole train. You'd guess that this trail is about maybe 2 days old.
Okay. Well, I knew they wouldn't be hard to find. I'm gonna turn back around and, hey guys, lookies.
So you are able to, once you guys all take a look at this, Elanion and Caldor, you both are able to get some information from this. It may not shock you to learn that just based on the stride of these things, they're for sure faster than you. So you wouldn't be surprised.
Smilodons are?
Sorry?
Oh yeah. The Smilodons are faster?
No. The whole whatever group is traveling here between the
okay.
ogres and whatnot, they're probably traveling maybe even twice as fast as you guys are.
Blame the gnome.
What's that, Dave?
Blame the gnome.
Yeah, right. Because the dwarves don't.
If you weren't so stubborn, we could go as fast as they are. But you don't want to ride my phantom horse.
So, you guys are able to you finish up your last rest. You collect your things, and then as the day is getting on, it's only about maybe 3 o'clock right now. Still a few hours off from sunset. You guys reach the point where you can see the geographic feature that you expect will lead down into the seat, and you don't need to make any rolls to see that there are tracks from from them going in here. You're able to follow them almost directly along to this path now, and coming out and heading off in a different direction.
So they've come and gone, guys.
You'd guess that the in and out might be a day, maybe less.
How are we going to catch them?
I don't think we can unless they rest for a couple of days. Were they looking for something here, or maybe this is where they made camp?
The tracks go down into this valley, and if you follow the instructions or the directions of the Clan Gallenmere, then this will lead you to the first seat.
We have to find out what they came for, right?
Yeah. Either they found what they're looking for or didn't find what they're looking for.
I figured
Should
they
we-
did.
Maybe there's some kind of map of the seals or something inside that'll at least help us. If we can't get to the next one and beat them, maybe we can skip one or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like when your friends are doing a tavern crawl and you're behind and you know they're going to go to... You go to the third tavern and you skip the second tavern because you know the bums are going to have an extra drink at the second one.
We used to joke when I was in undergrad when I was 18 about, how we very quickly started translating everything into the cost of beer at the bar we went to all the time. So I put 6 beers of gas in my car. Fuck. It's good to know that Druin is thinking everything in terms of pub crawl for distances and tactics. All right.
Solid tactics.
So what are you planning on doing, guys?
Go inside.
Yeah, see what a mess they made.
Okay. So you guys carry on down into here. And that calls for a change.
Of music.
Of musical cues, indeed.
I think you should play the axe one. That's always my favorite.
Yeah.
That's going on.
YouTube chat is highly entertaining right now.
Whoa, super active. Nice. Hi, everybody. All right. So you guys begin making your way down into this valley, and very much like the you kind of follow a rough trail down. The trail is certainly big enough to fit 3 or 4 of you lengthwise. It's probably a pub crawl game, yeah, for sure. Done. I have an adventure idea that's probably about 25 years old, set in Galantry City, that involves like one night kind of running around all over. I could easily adapt that for a pub crawl game, Dave. No problem. So what you find is, as soon as you make your way down this trail, you realize once you kind of reach the first bend in the valley that this is an actual trail, a very, very ancient trail. And you can see again that once you reach a certain point, it sort of opens up into this valley, and it has the same like camouflage or natural camouflage quality that the cliff or cavern or whatever settlement was. And as you guys wind down, you see that it opens up into almost like a bowl, but I mean a huge bowl in the stone, with big cliffs on one side, big cliffs on the other, no apparent exit from here. And you would guess, as you were following this trail down, that you've gone down about 200 feet down into the earth. From here, with the high cliff walls above you, you can see only a little bit of light shining down. And in the center of this stone bowl, you see this, guys. A huge fortress of some kind. They're unlike the what do you call it? The illustration. There are no fires burning. There are no lights within. There appears to be no sign of life here.
I was about to say, that looks like a gate to hell to me.
This is not far off. I mean, with the shrouding and grasping shadows that come from the sides of the bowl, because this leads up a good 200 feet to a small area that's open. This is not an inviting place.
I don't know what I was expecting, but that is not at all it.
No, me either.
This looks like a coliseum or something.
What are you guys doing?
I want to find out where the hell that weird ass noise is coming from. Holy cow!
Yeah. It is
Gotta go check it out. Can we tell tracks in here?
There's tracks lead right down, and in the direction of what appears to be a set of gates. It's quite far off still, probably about maybe, I don't know, 500 feet or so. You'll be passing through shadow to get there.
Well, let's try and be a little sneaky about it then.
Sure. So as you guys get a little closer to this, what you see is that from a distance, your eyes want to make it the size of humanoid figures, right? Of the size of elves and dwarves and whatever. And as you get closer, you realize that it is much, much bigger. The walls on the side are likely 100 feet tall. The gate in the front stands probably about 50 feet tall. And the towers that jut up from it, once you get closer, you can see the weight of age is on them, but the stones that were used to craft this are huge. Any one of these stones is likely, 20 feet by 20 feet. This was clearly crafted by something much larger than men, dwarves, or elves. And let me bring you over to the outside of the gate.
Well, the Giants did tell us they built them, didn't they?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And these seals are all part of the network that are holding the ancient one in prison?
Yes. And I gotta bring one more. Sorry, Dave. I bring you over here as well.
Oh, shit.
You cannot see any sign of life within either. Would everyone give me a wisdom check as well, too? Let's see who would notice this.
Dump stat.
Nice.
Maybe for you at the dump staff.
Priest stat.
There's no button for it. I know.
No, you have to do it manually.
Every
Yep.
time we summon this,
I made some macro.
Do what?
someone says there's no thing. We gotta. What do we do?
All right, 3 for Chael. So that's again, we're doing
Oh dang.
18 for Druin. Eesh.
13.
13 Elanion, look at that.
Oh,
I think that this place was made by giants, guys.
So as you guys are going down, Elanion, probably because you're sort of keeping an eye on the tracks, you look up ahead, and what you can see is there are 3 little areas where there appears to be some bloody feathers and a little bit of a depression in the shale and the stones that make up the area around here. The whole place seems to be like if you could fill an entire football field full of full of scree. That's what the interior of this leading up to this looks like, apart from the path that leads up. And Elanion, you pick out that there are 3 bloody, 3 little spots where there's a depression and there are bloody feathers that have been kind of caught in the stones.
I'm gonna point it out to Dorman and say, does it sound like traps or something, or something else? Or something like stepped on them.
I think you rolled well enough. No, it looks like it's a depression of like a body of some kind. If something went down there, and there are footprints near there, so you would judge that there may have been like a bit of a, melee
of some sort.
Yeah. The feathers are about the size of like a large bird, not like a giant eagle or something like that, but like a condor or something like that.
All right. Well, I'll point it out to the others.
And I think you see this from about 200 feet away. That's refreshing everyone's cameras as well.
Something unexpected's about to happen.
Yeah, that's right.
Dave, your camera's still off too. I'm not sure if that was your intent, but
I thought I put it back on. Maybe I have to reconnect again.
oh, here, yeah, I got George. I got everybody except what Dave looks like you're thinking, and no, there
What do
is,
you want
however,
right now.
Dave. There's a pretty terrific illustration though that's taking up your.
Yeah, I might
It's true.
I might just have to leave it that way. Like,
Let's see here.
It's pretty boss.
Okay, and boom. Now I got everyone, but Dave's thinking again here. Let's see. No.
maybe it would help if I put video only instead of voiceover.
Maybe.
Problem between keyboard and chair. There we go. All right. So then, guys, from about 200 feet away, you can see this. The only thing you missed as you approach here, Knox, is you guys have come to the seat of the seal, the first seat of the seal.
Cool.
There are no lights within there. Seems empty.
Got it.
Now, as you get a little closer as well, Elanion, because you rolled quite so well, everyone else is a little oblivious. You think you can hear something. So the walls on this structure loom up 100 feet tall. The tower goes like 250. It's huge. And what you hear, Elanion, as you get a little closer, very faintly, is somewhere within the darkened, gaping windows on the side of that tower.
Okay.
It
So
sounds
there
like
are
some
kind of...
twisted avian of some kind.
It has to be twisted to be down here.
Yeah, I will point that out to the others. And then mention that obviously they fought something, likely the bad guys group.
Those titanic doors are sealed as well, too. You guys are still a good 200 feet back and are able to make all this out. The rest of you crane your ears to this, or crane your heads to the side, trying to hear what he's heard, and you hear nothing. What are you guys doing?
This doesn't bode well, friends.
No, it doesn't.
I don't think we know if the Binding Stones, what they do to the seals exactly, Druin.
Oh, also, George, what you don't realize is a group of the bad guys have already been down here and left.
Yeah, large group.
Oh.
But we don't know what they did or anything like that.
Okay, that actually, I guess, is not really surprising.
Is there any,
We're only a day behind them.
Okay, oh good.
is there any signs of damage to the walls, like force their way in or anything?
Not that you can see, no. Certainly not like if there was an army or something. These walls, you would think they would shrug off, you know, the stones thrown by catapults. They would shrug off any kind of lesser magic. It's hard for you to believe that anything other than gods built this structure.
Yeah. Stones 20 foot on each side is huge.
Yeah. Cyclopean, even. I mean, at some point, I'm going to work that into my actual day job, but not yet.
Is there an advantage to having somebody like spider climb up the side of one of these walls here inside before we enter, or what do you think, Elanion? Should we just proceed?
There is a danger, I believe, some sort of maleficent avians lurk within. And look there, and he'll point to the depressions. Some of them were killed by Mumchakas. I can't think of his name.
Makmurian. Mumchaka. Mumchaka is going to be my what do you call it? Mummy hamster villain for Spelljammer. So
I like it.
Yeah,
Orient's men were here, and they had to fight them off, it seems. But the gates are still shut. Perhaps they didn't get in.
I think you can see Elanion because you did roll quite well on your wisdom. There are tracks from the stone giants, because they're very easy to they're the easiest things to spot, that are half covered by the gates, suggesting that either they moved through them somehow, or those gates were opened and then closed behind them.
All right, so I don't know. Do we think we want to try to talk to these avians to deal with them? If they fought them, maybe they won't fight us. Maybe we can treat with them.
I think before we go in there, I want to get a buff spell on Kalidor.
Does anybody speak an avian language, like maybe Eric Okra?
Maybe
we all do.
Ka 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 ka. Norman's gonna let them do what they're doing, but he's gonna cast strength on Kalidor just in case.
Okay.
It seems like a good.
So what does it look like as he casts strength on him?
He starts mumbling his arcane words, and he focuses on illusion. So he just gets this picture of Kalidor like buffed, just starts to superimpose itself over Kalidor, and then as the magic takes effect, he kind of like bulks up a little bit to match it.
Okay. Now, that's dog shit. Jeez.
Well, damn.
You know, sometimes eat the bear. And sometimes the cave bear eats you. What you hear, so again, as a reminder too, like when you're casting spells in AD&D, it's loud. And the thing is, this whole place seems like, from where you guys are, it seems like a massive amphitheater. So it echoes out, and Elanion, you can hear from inside there the sound of rustling big wings, and
Another. It's time for that glare that is only saved for Dorman.
So you look back, and
seems-
the spell finishes. Calidor looks, more impressive. The magical kind of glow has gone off of him. And you look up at Elanion, he seems... What?
Like, what?
It seems we've awoken. The denizens within, prepare yourselves.
What do you guys
I'll
do?
hail them. I'm going to hail them. I'm going to say, Watchers of the Deep, come forth.
And you hear kind of some things are talking back and forth within. And then you hear from inside,
Who calls to us? Elf? You do not belong here.
But he's an earth elf.
Yeah, I'm still young compared to these guys. We've come from Lord Gumgurlum.
Pawfrag?
Stop laughing.
You
at me,
appear to have
George.
something caught in your throat, Elf.
Well, I'm laughing at Dave's unfortunate roll of a 1. We get 2 bad rolls in a row.
That was so kindly impressive.
Yeah, and I'm going to stay. We're from him, and we hope to stop the evils of Mumra.
Of Mokmorian?
I'm
Yeah.
writing it down right now.
Yeah.
Mokmorian.
Part of the immersion comes from using the correct things.
I agree with you.
Yeah. So what the voice kind of speaks back and forth something else and comes back saying,
Come and gone they are. Nothing here for you now, Elf. Flee. Wait, unless... Do you bring offerings for us?
A gnome. No, just kidding. I didn't say that.
Gnomes, so tasty. Tasty gnomes.
What did they come for, and what did they take?
They
Are you not the
killed our
protectors?
sisters.
Anybody else understand?
Killed our sisters.
Should killed your sisters.
Why did they?
Killed.
Oh, harpies. All right,
Vicious.
put wax in your ears. Sorry.
Vicious things. They abandoned us. Awoken. The sleeper they did. Killed our sisters. The sleeper. The sleeper avenged them.
Can we see them, Kev?
The voices are coming from somewhere about maybe about 70 feet up. There's a bunch of big like gaping openings that probably would be windows in better times or better light. But somewhere from the shadows in there, all of you guys can hear that there's at least 4 kind of things chittering around in there, and you can hear the sound of big wings flapping.
Okay.
What have you to offer us? Elf. Dwarfs. Elves. Humans.
We have like a torch down here because it's dark, right? We're underground.
No, the opening, it's still light because the
okay.
bowl extends up. Picture like, imagine if a cave had the ceiling didn't quite seal, where there was a massive like 500-foot gap around it. That's sort of what this is. Imagine a bubble moving through the earth and then breaching just the top bit of it. That's sort of where you guys are, but it's a bubble that's roughly the size of, say, 2 football fields.
Okay.
Do we have anything we can offer these creatures?
Man flesh. Tasty.
I've been down that road before. No, thank you.
Oh, meat. You have meat. Meat to offer.
Curb your appetites,
Ah,
witches, and tell us what we come to know.
what do you come to know?
What did they seek and what did they take? And can these things do that we're here to stop? Because I don't remember. Tell
Treat
me
us,
now.
treat us meat. We're so hungry. Oh, man flesh.
The Binding Stone. Tell us the story of the Binding Stone.
No.
All right. Hey, come
I'll
on.
give you that dog.
Come here. Over here. Over here. All right. All right. Yes. come on.
Dorman, you don't have any fresh food on you, right?
I'm a chef. I always have fresh food on me.
So
Interesting.
they say,
Binding stones. What are these stones? One had a stone, but the sleeper. The sleeper drove them off.
What is the sleeper?
You have spices. Spices for the man flesh.
Hunger must awaken.
I do have spices.
You'll not get your food from us.
you can see now, guys, very slowly, now that you've started talking about this, you really got their interest and perhaps their appetites going. So what you slowly see poke their heads out are 3. There you go. And here you are, guys. Boom. As he suspected, 3 disfigured women with clawed hands and feet and filthy wings stretching from their backs. All of them have that kind of milky white eye as well too, and you can hear very softly, not to the point where it's actually breaking out. One of them is beginning to kind of hum in a very agitated way. Not to the point where you're having to make any saves, mind you, but they poke their heads out.
Oh. So many elves, but man flesh. Oh, it's so long. Give us
prefer
the
not to kill
man.
you and have you join your sisters.
Oh,
Keep
no.
yourselves at bay.
Oh, elf claims spells. Oh, we not fight. We not want to fight. Trade. Give us meat.
Are they interested in winter wolf meat jerky?
What? Wolf? Winter wolf? Ah, tasty. Not as succulent as man flesh.
And they begin to sort of take flight. And they're now kind of flapping around. 3 of them are flapping around above you, while the one that has been doing all the talking stays kind of perched on the edge. And Knox, you can't... Their eyes are opaque, but you can't help but feel that every single one of them is looking at you right now.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed on the map, but I moved back 5 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, Dorman's gonna go off to the side and rummage in his backpack and drop about 1 ration's worth of jerky and then scurry back over here.
Okay. So as you're scurrying back, 3 of them swoop down and begin and tearing them apart. And you can see now that all of their teeth are all these jagged and ugly yellow, misshapen maws. More something that you'd see like on the inside of a lamprey than what you'd see in a woman's face. And the one that has been talking to you all flaps out and kind of hits amongst all of them, knocks 2 of the other harpies over, and they begin eating.
Meat, meat.
And they seem to be fully distracted.
All right, well, let's go. Let's find out what this.
Sleeper.
Yep, let's find out what the sleeper is.
Okay.
I will follow Elanion.
So you guys make your way up towards here.
Druin waits for Knox. Make sure nothing happens to the tasty man.
Don't worry, I'm sticking close to you, Druin.
They're all crying out about the spices as they're eating. So,
I don't like it.
no, they love it.
Okay, I got those from the stone giants.
Stone
Don't remember
We're
what
going to the doors.
Okay.
Surrounding Knox.
All right.
Calidor's like, get away from their food stores.
All right. So, Calidor, what's your current strength right now?
16.
16.
Yeah.
What's the highest strength among you guys? Druin, you got a +1 to yours, right?
Yeah,
I
I
have
agree.
16.
18 now.
18 now. Okay, so then
Yeah.
I think Calidor and Druin acting in concert, you might be able... There's 2 of these doors, and they are huge. If the 2 of you place yourself against it, I'll let you make a bend bars, lift gates roll. Give me a percentile roll, please, Druin.
Is there a button for that?
There is not.
I know it's teasing.
Little shade cast. Oof. So close. Not quite. You think it's beginning to move a little bit, but you can't get it to move any further. You guys, if you give me a change of circumstances, you can try again.
Hey, let's switch sides.
Can I use
Isn't
hunting?
jail strong?
No.
Yeah, but I'm not that strong. I'm only at a 16.
Oh.
What I've
Yeah,
given you...
it's the same as me.
Yeah, I basically bumped up your strength by 1. So I counted 18. Then because Calidor was helping as well, bumped it up to 1801. You got so there was a 20% chance, which is not great. But
Does
We can
anybody
get-
have engineering to take a look at these doors, see a good way to get leverage? I do not.
no, I don't.
No. No, well,
have
somebody
heraldry.
has it. I can't remember who it is. It might be
Okay.
Carrick.
Are there any heraldic devices on the door that would help us open it?
There's another. You know the symbol that Mokmurian cut into the head, that strange runic symbol. There are symbols on these doors, but none of you speak giant, so you have no idea what they are. You can tell that they're not the same symbol that Mokmurian's ogres had cut on the head of those stone giants, but it's something similar. Similar to the carvings you saw in the canyon where Galanmir's clan lives.
And it looks as ancient as the structure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. At first it looks like petrified wood, and then you realize, like, no, it's stone. These gates are made of stone.
If I enlarge one of them, will that give them help them with it?
Yeah, I'd bump strength a little bit more. It'd be a little more leverage.
So who has the highest strength right now?
Dorman. Or
Druin.
Druin. Yeah, I'll enlarge Druin.
Okay. So you're a little bit bigger. Then Druin, give me another roll, please. I'll bump you up by a little bit more as well.
Nice.
And it works. So,
By the power of Megadon.
throwing your shoulder into it with Calidor's help, let me open the gates for you. Okay, whoopsies. So, if you guys are ready, 1, 2, 3.
Holy crap, this place is huge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not made for gnomes.
So what you see inside is
Or
a
door.
big courtyard. Now, that thing right in the center there, guys, it is a huge chasm. It goes, from where you can see, it is pitch black leading down. And there is a crude staircase sized for something twice the size, maybe 3 times the size of a man, that begins curling down into the darkness and continues along on the inside of the wall. The 2 towers on either side probably stand 150 feet tall. What do you guys do? Right across the way here, this is a giant black edifice, a black tower of some kind. And then these, the doors are as depicted in the illustration here.
Mm-hmm.
There were footsteps that came in here. One
Yep.
of our trackers figure out where they went. Maybe we can speed this process up.
straight. They kind of went all over. They seem to spread out as well.
Hmm.
I mean, this chasm makes sense as the location of the seal based on what we've heard about it anyway. But we should keep an eye out for not only those strange creatures, but anything else that might be in here. Yeah. He like quickens just like a bit.
Yeah.
Like just only if you're really looking would you notice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But he's not moving too far without his companions. So
Okay. What are you guys going?
but he wants to go to that chasm.
Yeah, you guys can feel free to move your tokens around. I will let you know if and when anything happens.
Does it look like open doors over here? I'm going to head to those.
Yep. So you make your way over there.
Stick together, yeah.
This building
Jail.
stands probably about 60 or 70 feet tall. These gates are huge. They're 20 feet long. They're probably about 40, 45 feet tall. And they have the wood in them must have been treated with some kind of magic because the rest of the structure appears to be ancient. And you can see the stone floor within is filthy with dust and detritus that's blown in here over the course of the centuries, if not millennia. And there are big footsteps in here as well, too, likely matching those of ogres and other giants, more recent.
What is this?
That is the top of one of the towers.
I'm more interested in what is that?
It's what?
Oh, that.
Looks like a protrusion.
The skeletons?
Yeah, what's that protrusion over?
Oh, that is just it's an accessory. It's one of the spikes on the illustration for the tower. They just
Well,
cut
I
it
was
off.
just looking at the map, and it
Yeah.
seems like one side is kind of smooth curved, and the other appears to be broken.
Yeah,
up.
I think
as far
it's
as-
broken so that you can see the structure underneath there.
Okay.
Because if the spike went forward, it would cut into the building. So I think the illustrator just elected to not continue it along.
Okay.
From
We're
where
going
those
in there, Druin?
yeah, where those spikes are, guys, is probably 250 feet up.
Wow.
Calendar, are we going in?
Yes.
I'm on the threshold.
Okay,
All right.
it's dark
Everything will
in
be
here.
one threshold from now on until we get to threshold.
Okay. So go ahead, guys.
So did they awaken the sleeper in there? I don't know if we want to follow their exact footsteps, boys.
The footsteps seem to have gone all over as well.
I'm more
They didn't
I'm
open
more
up this one.
interested in staying on this level as opposed to descending any. If that makes any sense.
What was that, Will? Sorry, say again.
I was just gonna say for everybody else, I was more interested in kind of trying to stay on this level as opposed to descending to any level.
Okay.
So that's what I'm most concerned about. Right now.
I'm
I guess all
glancing.
the.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Good.
Go ahead. What is
I was just
this?
gonna say I'm glancing back to keep an eye on the harpies.
Okay. They don't seem to have stirred whatsoever.
Okay.
What is this, Kevin?
What's that?
What are you looking at?
That
The
group,
Circular. The circular thing.
That's
That
the
is a
chasm.
massive chasm leading down
Oh, I thought
over
this
here.
was.
That is a black tower,
Oh.
and it looms up 150 feet into the air.
I say let's head for the tower.
Yeah, we don't see anything other than what you described inside this building we're standing in front of at this point.
No, I mean, none of you guys have made your way deeper into this building, so whatever's around those corners, you don't know.
Okay.
Looks like, yeah, there's doors in there.
You mean this building that I'm going to walk through now?
Yep, that's the one.
I'll stay out of here.
Anybody home?
Hello.
So once you get there, Druin,
Or,
what you can see inside is the enormous skeletal remains of some huge biped. You don't have any knowledge about animal lore or anything like that, right?
Nope.
Okay.
But if it's got a heraldic device on it,
yes.
a remnant of an old tabard, perhaps.
It's huge. Like this thing, when this thing, all that's left are the bones. But when this thing was alive, it must have stood a good, like 30, 35 feet tall at the back.
Is it Friday yet? I want to play for 4 hours. All right. Seems like some giant skeletons in here.
It's some kind of animal.
Are they animated if I step inside?
It's an animal of some kind. You're not certain. It's got massive... I think you've heard of something like this from the Mejo. It has massive tusks coming out of it. So maybe some kind of... like they're like the Smilodons that you saw, but the horns, the tusks are pointed in the wrong direction. They're going up out of the skeleton, or the skulls, as opposed to down, the way the Smilodon did.
Like a boar?
Maybe like a boar, yeah. Even longer, though.
Pedal boar?
No. It's a quadruped. It's an animal.
Okay.
Yeah. If you check the other stalls, there are one skeleton in each of them as well. And these skeletons have been here for forever. There's dust on them. There's not a stitch of flesh left on them.
Well, that really looks like, without seeing the rest of that, but just looking at that area, that looks like a traditional kind of shoot area that you would have animals in.
Like a stable.
Yeah.
This is like a giant
Not
stable.
so much a stable, but like if you're moving the animals from a stable to somewhere else, it looks very much like a shoot.
Yeah. I mean, if it was smaller, then it might be the dwarves keep their rams in something similar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are pens here and whatnot, but whatever these creatures are, God
Probably
knows.
not big enough for a giant to ride.
No, it's you would guess it's because stone giants tap out at about 20 feet tall. These massive things would have stood 30, 35 feet at the shoulder.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're huge.
Wow.
You guys could comfortably stand in the skull, I'm fairly certain.
Wow.
We animate dead, we could ride this and we could be faster than the giants.
There will be no animating of dead.
Yeah. Dorman made his feelings quite clear on necromancy.
This is like the party bus.
Yeah. Elanion, you can see
For a pub crawl.
there is a titanic door leading in here, but it is closed.
Into that guard tower or something.
Yeah, Chael, you step out, and what you can see is that there is the outline of what was probably a portal of some kind leading in here, but there's no door there. It is stone that is roughly outlined with like a lintel. This, however, now that you're here, you spent your life in and around religious facilities and whatnot. You definitely know a shrine when you see one. And looking at this thing, this is a much more finely crafted or constructed facility or building. But you definitely see and recognize the holy symbol that's on there. This,
we're talking about that tower, correct?
Not the tower. The tower is a massive sweeping black monolith almost, with just the frame of a way of getting in and out, but there's no door there. This over here, this one, That
Oh, okay.
that
Over
is
here.
a temple. And you recognize the symbol on the outside as a
Yes.
much more carefully and beautifully crafted symbol of Minderhall.
Giants. Not surprising.
You guys are standing still a good 30 feet away from this massive hole here. But even from there, you can hear the sound of wind howling down there.
Oh. All right.
What?
My suggestion: stick to this wall that runs along here.
What about this side?
That doesn't sound like fun.
Come on,
Stay
be
to
an
that
adventure.
wall, and then let's move up to this entrance area to that temple.
Go around the back side of the stable.
You could go around the backside if you wanted to.
I did.
think we would be okay on this.
So, Elanion, you're making your way around the back, and you can hear the sound of wings again. And you kind of snap your head to the side, look back. You can't see anything.
Okay.
Come on, Calibur.
I mean, if you
Where the hell
guys
are you
want to
guys
go the
going?
long way around, that's fine.
Well, there's nothing to see there. We're not exploring much if we walk along the wall.
Oh, trust me, I'd rather be along the wall.
So you can
That
see,
way
guys,
can come up behind me.
each of the steps along here, each of the steps down, they're quite crudely made, but they've got to be about 5 feet tall. Maybe a little less than that. But they wind
Jump spell.
they wind around the interior of this and begin going down. And even those of you with dark vision, you can't see where it ends.
I have
Amazing.
I have a very powerful urge to toss one of my rocks with continual light down it, just to see what happens. But that might not be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how they
Are
awoke.
we?
I wonder how they awoke in the sleeper.
Yeah.
I think the first step is splitting the party, and then
Right, we're doing that. We're on
You
it,
guys-
we're on it.
check.
I'm following the tanks. I don't know about you guys.
Caster's on this side.
Yeah, I can't tell who's following me, but thank
That's
you.
me.
Nice.
All
She's
right.
over there.
So as you get closer to this, you can see that this small, relatively small temple to Minderhall, this thing stands, oh boy, probably 50 to 70 feet tall at different points. It's very solidly built. All of these structures are built from the same stone that makes up the walls and the hills that you guys have been traveling through. The door to this is closed as well.
Oh, we can
Okay,
see
so
inside.
door right.
Right, the interior doesn't look anything like what.
Oh, I was gonna
what's
say
depicted there.
it looks like a giant bed. And
Yeah,
that's
no, there's
Minderhall's
no-
bed.
Yeah.
All right. So, do we want to go in there?
I don't particularly want to go in anywhere here, but I guess.
What
All right.
do you want to do?
Let's take a look around.
So to get in there,
That's the question: is what are our goals here? I guess.
yeah, this door it stands like the what do you call it, like the handle or whatnot is probably a good 7 feet up. You
I
could,
think
one of the humans could jump and grab it.
Our goal here is to see if we can determine which of the other places they've gone. Which
Yeah,
other?
is there like a? Yeah, to try and find out, get a jump on them, right? Figure out where they got to go next, and find a way
Well,
to beat
there was
What are they?
There were a couple of things. One was we were supposed to find Oratash, who was the son of the leader of the giants,
Right.
who had been ensorcelled. Another was to stop MacMorian from doing whatever he's doing with the seals, and to basically check on his progress, because if there are a certain number of seals broken, it will mean that something will be released. So, but what I remember being told by Gallenmere was that, or maybe it was Canna, was that these staircases maybe go down like 3 miles underground to where the seal is. So it might be a very, very long way down, but I had no way to be 100% sure about that. But those were the things that we had talked about.
Do we think that they did open the seal then because they released the sleeper?
That seems like a possibility to me.
You guys can tell, those of you with tracking, some stone giant made their way into the temple of Minderhall in the last day.
Then we should go in here and check it out.
I was gonna say, I mean, there may as hard as it is to believe, there may be some remnant of a plant, like there may be some remnant that they have left behind.
Okay.
With the enlarge spell, can Druin reach the handle?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and with your strength, yeah, you open the thing up and push it open. What you can see within is there are, I mean, for a giant, they would be places where you can kneel in front for the first half of it, from where you guys are near to the front. Imagine on either side there are stones that are probably set up about 2 feet, and then they go towards a place where they could rest their arms. That would probably be about 7 feet tall, so they can get in there and kneel down. And at the other end, there is what looks like a flat, and if you were proportioned like a stone giant, low, so probably about 7 feet tall. And from where you guys are standing, it looks like a massive rectangular thing, long edge towards you, and the other edge along the side of the temple. And from where you guys are, you can't quite spot what's on top there, but it looks like... Wait, are there stones stacked there? Like shale?
Is it like a pulpit?
And there's a massive, yeah, like there's steps leading up to be next to it, which are higher than the thing. The actual altar takes up almost the entire front of the hall too. And the stones themselves, the shale, is about the size you'd find in like scree. It's black slate that seems to be stacked in there. If you got to the far end, you might have a better vantage and stepped up.
Yeah. Bell's going to move over.
Okay. So if you get in there, yeah, a little further in. Dorman.
Come on in a little further.
So Dorman,
going.
Watch the door.
Said the spider to the fly.
Okay.
Arlen, close the door behind you so we can get trapped.
Turn off the light.
Or in a barn.
Dorman, Elanion, and Knox, you guys are staying at the front door there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go in with them.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to keep an eye out.
Okay.
Please.
So once you guys get to the edge there, Chael, what you can see is that this massive altar, whatever it is, it seems to be filled with shale. And it's just like, it's, 35 feet long? Like imagine what you would picture as like a pool, a small pool. 30 feet long or 35 feet long and 20 feet wide, full of this stuff.
I wonder if leaving a piece of shale behind is like flipping a coin into the fountain.
I think it's a little more significant than that. I almost feel sacrificial in nature.
It is. You would definitely take this, having been again in enough temples in your life. This is a focus of worship in here. You don't know anything about the particulars of the faith of Minderhall. You didn't see the temple in the canyon, but that you would, if you were to pick a place to put something that would be important to the worship of Corellon, this is where you would put it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a nexus of their worship and adoration. This is where they bring their souls to. This is where they offer themselves up to.
And as Chael's saying this, it's just echoing out. This whole place has been built with perfect acoustics.
And you know we're talking about giants, right? And if we weren't doing this thing for the giants, I'd be smashing this in the first second I get.
This is a
So that echoes out as well. And then you hear kind of some of the piece of the shale kind of just falls.
I'm not touching anything. I said we're working with the giants.
Another piece falls. And they sounds like they're all shifting. And you can see the surface of it moving.
Time to go, guys.
Knox and Dorman, you're standing there and you hear the sound of stone moving on stone.
Knox, did you summon the Earth Elemental?
You look over.
Did not.
What you can see is that outline, that massive outline where the Chael had been looking at before on that blackened tower. It has slid aside, and something steps from the blackness within.
I'm yelling back to my companions. Something
Out
coming
or-
out.
Jail.
And it looks like this, guys.
Yeah, show me. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But unlike the other stone giants that you've seen, as this thing moves, it seems to crunch and like dust and gravel falls off of it, like as if it was something made of actual living stone, as opposed to the stone-like skin of the living stone giants. It staggers out. It barks a little bit. Now, let me move this thing in here.
Oh, is that it?
Here, let me resize them properly.
Oh, it's outside.
Yeah.
And
I
it
gathered that.
steps out. The hole through which it stands is about 15 feet wide. And it looks over, and the whole of its body, the accoutrements it has on, the way it moves, everything seems to be the same color of like dark gray slate. And it all moves with that same shifting. Those of you who were inside, the sound of the shifting shale and scree there, it's the exact same thing.
We were given by the giants a symbol.
Okay.
That would help us with their allies. I don't know if this will help us here, but that's something that we had one symbol that we could
I think
show.
you had one symbol. Who do you think's holding it?
Wait,
Probably not the big mouth dwarf.
Right.
This thing is saying something in a language you don't understand. And its
I'm
voice
happy to
echoes
be
out.
I'm happy to be the one that's carrying it if no
Okay.
one else wants to do it.
Yeah.
So Knox,
yeah, I think that's a good call.
what do you do,
I'm a
Knox?
good carrier. I pull it out of my backpack,
Okay.
push aside half the other junk I got in there, and I hold it out and up, and I try not to quiver in any way.
Okay. And as you do that, you can hear, Elanion, the sound of flapping. And you look over and you can see that one harpy that kept talking is now cackling and just simply screams out.
The sleeper awakens!
And that's where we'll leave our session, guys.
I'm getting Dune vibes here, guys.
All right, guys. So then that is where we will leave things.
Okay.
Let's see here. We got some XP that everyone needs to. No one spent any astonishing fortune today, I don't think. So we've got.
No.
Okay. And you did manage to find a way of dealing with those harpies. So.
Mm-hmm.
And you get some
Or
XP
just to
for
feed
that.
things to make them calm down rather than fight them.
They figure they can eat man flesh afterwards now.
Yeah.
That's why the rest of us travel with gnomes.
That's
Yeah. Okay, so let me think here.
Out of all of you guys, I think I could get away quite easier than the rest of you.
That's probably true.
All right, guys. Okay, so I'm an idiot and I
I
forgot
don't
my
have to be the fastest. I just have to run faster than all of you.
Exactly. No, you only have to run faster than one person.
Yeah.
Those are the rules.
Okay, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you is. Let's see here.
Have you taken some kind of special running spell I don't know about?
All I have to do is enlarge myself and book it.
Yeah.
You're still not faster than Calendar, are you?
Well, if I stab you in the
Okay.
thigh,
Shit.
The truth comes out.
All it took was
I
one mysterious
I would
stone
have-
giant to turn everyone on each other. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, guys, everyone is walking away, apart from whatever other... Oh, the hit dice, right. You guys, you didn't actually face them in combat, so I'm only going to give you a fraction of what their hit dice is.
that's okay.
So it'll be 7 hit dice worth of adversaries you defeated. Actually, you didn't defeat them in combat. I'm giving you plenty of XP for them, so no, you get nothing. Sorry, fighters. That's what happens. Turns out the sword is mightier than the pen in some cases, at least as far as AD&D is concerned. However, you are all walking away with a prime requisite bonus of 385 XP for today. It's 385, inclusive of your things. Hi, sweetie. Anna says hi to everyone as well. I guess she has said hi quite a few times already. So for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for session 64 of our Night Below campaign. I know, I'm telling them. Then, so as is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the adventure, the session, the campaign, the game in general, please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of this video, and I will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. In addition, if you want to, or if you enjoyed the session, I'd ask you to consider clicking on clicking on subscribe if you haven't, and if you want to click on the bell icon, you'll be notified when we go live at any time. And if you're joining us for Mr. Hobbs' Gamerhood, be sure to click on like to never miss any of the amazing content that's coming on the Gamerhood. And I'd ask you to consider clicking on subscribe as well, because that helps Hobbs create the awesome content that he creates, including the great characters that he plays in our games. In addition, if you want to contact me directly, you can reach me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings. You can reach me by email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com. And you can also find a link in the description of this video to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where you are welcome to join us. All of us are active there, and we have a bunch of channels dedicated to all the campaigns that we play on the channel, as well as find a group and a bunch of other things as well. Please stop biting me. I know. Someone knows it's time to go for a stroll. Jeez. All right. Where's your toy, huh? Where's your toy? I know. I don't have it. Where is it? We'll get it. We'll get it.
Find it.
Nice.
Go get it.
Smart puppy. In addition, you can find in the description of this video a link to Heroes Save Villages. That's the charity fundraising campaign that we run on the channel from now until September 1st, so another week or so, a little bit in week and change. For every $25 that you donate, you get one chance to win our grand prize or one of the other awesome prizes in our annual charity raffle. The grand prize is a copy of Beadle and Grimm's Eberron Rising from the Last War box set, a really terrific box set that has not only everything for the Eberron Rising from the Last War book in it, we also have a number of other, there's also a number of other things like monster cards, awesome DM screen, there is, Kyber crystals, there are, maps, tons of great stuff. Easy, Hobbs, rein it in there, buddy. It's as Hobbs and Dave are happy to display here too. If you don't win the amazing grand prize, again generously donated by our friends at Beadle and Grimm, you still have some amazing other prizes, including some very colorful zines from Hobbs, including an amazing looking a chainmail dice bag crafted by our own resident armorsmith Dave. We have a bunch of cool stuff from the Dungeon Musings Red Bubble Shop. We have 2 copies of the Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea core rulebook. We have a copy of Keith Anand's any award-winning The Monsters Know What They're Doing, and we have a Skittermander dice bag as well too. So lots and lots of cool prizes. And the best thing is every donation you make goes directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel. None of it goes to any other middleman. It all goes to help the over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children that benefit from SOS Children's Villages activities. And it gives you a chance to win some amazing gaming stuff. So you get a chance to help some kids who could really use help, and you get a chance to win some amazing gaming stuff. Last thing I'll say is a big thank you to all of my players. So Dave, George, Jeff, Hobbs, John, and Will, thank you so much for joining me on this Wednesday night, guys. Congratulations on awakening the sleeper. I'm sure that things will go well. I also appreciate you guys progressively finding more and more creatures with voices that are even harder for me to do. So I look forward to when you meet the flump. So, last thing I'll say too is, again, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us. If you are catching us during the current pandemic crisis, we do hope that this finds you healthy, safe, and weathering the current crisis as well as can be expected. We hope we give you a couple hours of time to turn your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles our heroes continue to get themselves into. And until we see you again, happy gaming.